Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Mass Effect 2. In the last episode we have recovered a mercenary called Archangel, which we later found out to be our former good friend Garrus Vicarian, and he's now back on our crew after he sustained some injuries, but he was fixed up and he's ready to mean serious business. But we also obtained a bottle of Sarai's Ice Brandy for Dr. Chakwas, so I'll give it to her now. Hey,
How
Doctor.
may I help you, Commander?
I have a present for you, Doc.
Sarah's ice brandy? You didn't. Thank you. I always regretted not opening that original bottle when I still could. I won't make the same mistake again. Why don't we open this bottle right here, right now, you and me?
Sure, let's have a drink and talk a little.
You crack open the bottle. I'll get the glasses.
I thought Alenko's biotic display might have broken Jenkins' back, but Jenkins pops up and yells, "That was awesome!" Oh, Jenkins. Soldiers like him make the Alliance great. Cerberus lacks the same enthusiasm.
Yeah, I sort of agree.
With your service record, you could have gotten a tour of duty on any Alliance ship. Why'd you really leave?
Maybe it's less about leaving and more about staying. As a military doctor, I mostly treat people who are in bad shape. Often they die. And if I can help them, they move on. Either way, they leave.
Don't you have any friends or family?
No, not lacking friendship. Just stability. Joko will always have Vrolik syndrome. He would never admit it, but he needs my help, and he always will. I wish it weren't, but sadly it's true.
Treating Joker gives you a kind of stability.
So does this ship, even if it's a copy. Or, hell, maybe it's you, Shepard. Our immovable center. A place for a person to stop and catch her breath. Or maybe I'm just happily drunk. Would it hurt if it was simple like that for once?
Yeah, I'd say a toast to friends and stability.
To the people we care for.
May we never take them for granted.
Whoa, we're actually a little drunk. That's cute. I mean, if any one of you ever played Witcher the first, that was really intense. I mean, here it's just a little. The camera just moves a little. I don't think there's anything really serious going on, and apparently it's already gone again, this effect. So yeah, I noticed it, but it's not too much. Right, so let's get back to Omega and do some more stuff. We also still have this professor that we need to recruit, so I think we'll just do that. So let's stay at Omega for the time being. We already landed here, so let me just skip that cutscene. But since Garrus is now back, I think I'll be taking him along for the next mission. I think I'll give Miranda a break and bring Garrus along together with Jacob. And we got some new points that we can distribute, that's good. Here we get power recharge time, it's almost nothing, but the sniper time slowdown is really useful to aim that, to line up that shot. I mean, with Tactical Cloak we would get an additional 20% damage if we when we shoot while we cloak, and the cloak is being able to be active for a little bit longer, but I really like this operative stuff and the sniper time slowdown, so I'll purchase a rank here. Jacob doesn't have any points. What? Alright. But Garrus, my homeboy, has. I need him to learn Overload because it's very useful against shielded enemies and was probably one of the most used skills so far. Miranda has always been using it, but since Garrus is also able to use it, I'll take at least 2 ranks here, and I think I'll also take 2 ranks in his class ability, which is Turian Rebel, which increases his health and his damage output, which is always nice. So, yeah, we actually got another assault rifle, so right here I could switch and tell Garrus to use the Avenger or the Vindicator, but I think the Vindicator is overall the much better rifle, especially for a guy like Garrus, so I'll just stick with that.
Warnings about the slums where Dr. Morton Solus runs the clinic. Anticipate resistance at the transport station. I have also run searches for reports on Archangel. The various mercenary groups appear to believe that he is dead.
Works for me.
Yeah, I agree. Before I do any more missions, I would like to return to Aria, because since she was very forthcoming about information regarding Archangel and the Professor, I think it's only fair that I give her the information that the leader of the Merc bands were trying to make a move on her. And since the Merc bands are almost wiped out right now, I think it's even more useful to her to know that she can't depend on them. Sure.
Aria has a job she needs doing. You up for some work?
Sure.
That depends on what Aria has in mind.
Aria's gotten word that some blood-packed mercs plan to kill an old acquaintance of hers, a Krogan named Patriarch. She'd like you to keep that from happening.
Oh, alright. Why do you want to kill Patriarch?
What's the Blood Pack's problem with Patriarch?
If you've met Patriarch, you know. He can't keep his damn mouth shut. Some people don't appreciate his stories, especially when he dips into non-fiction.
Alright, why does Aria want to protect this Patriarch?
What's Aria's interest in protecting him?
Patriarch was one of her deadliest enemies back in the old days. Now she keeps what's left of him around as a trophy. As long as he lives, he's a perfect example of what happens when you go up against Aria.
No. I feel flattered that she asks for my help, but...
Why come to me? Aria's usual muscle not up for the job?
Because Aria said so. What other reason do you need?
People like Aria don't do things without a damn good reason. I want to hear it.
Fine, but I didn't tell you this, got me? If it gets out that Aria's protecting Patriarch, well, that can look like a weakness. And some people might want to exploit that. You're not on her payroll, so you helping Patriarch just seems like a random act of kindness.
Alright, I'll understand that, and I'll scratch her back.
I'll look into it.
Good. Patriarch's downstairs, likely surrounded by his fans. Get him into hiding until the mercs move on. Come back here when it's done, and you'll get your due.
Right.
I'll be back when the job's done.
Good luck.
Good, but I'll still give her this data, according to mercs.
What do you need? This data pad was on one of the mercs going after Archangel. They were coming for you next.
Let me see. Interesting. Would someone like to tell me how this information slipped the net?
I'll look into it.
Thanks for the heads up, Shepard. Looks like I'll have to do a little cleaning in my organization.
Sure.
Thanks. Maybe I'll come back later.
You do that.
Right, so he's downstairs. There's actually a separate VIP section, sort of Afterlife. This was sort of the official suite where Aria also is, but there's another suite downstairs. An interesting note for this suite here. You can also order drinks here from the bartender. Unless you really want to find out what happens if you do so, don't order drinks. I won't, because I'm not here to drink. So, but if you want to find out something, then maybe you can try that. I'm also not here to watch dancers. I'm here for business. So where's this patriarch guy? One of the rooms? Ah, yeah.
No, you said he had close family. They'll just want revenge. Kill the family first. Then he'll get angry and come at you stupid. And then you kill him. I don't think I know you, human. I'm the Patriarch. Aria's Patriarch. What do you want?
What do you know about Aria?
A few centuries ago, Omega was my rock. When Aria arrived, she had nothing but the clothes on her back. I thought she was another dancer. She killed half my men and convinced the rest that she could run this place better than I did. She came for me here in this bar. We tore this place apart. She crushed one of my hearts, shattered half the bones of my body, and left me alive.
What made her decide to leave you alive?
No, she doesn't destroy what she can use. She said I could have all my old comforts if I served as her advisor. I knew how things worked. I knew who to lean on, who to smack down, who to smile at. And everyone who respected me saw me beaten, broken. They knew that as strong as I'd been, she was stronger.
Alright.
Rumor has it some people want you dead. Know anything about that?
Oh, I could think of a few. I know things. Old secrets, old grudges. Few floors you can dig up to find bodies underneath. And someone who wanted to weaken Aria might come after me. They do it to get to her, you see. Not for me. I don't matter enough anymore to have enemies of my own.
Why do they call you Patriarch?
It's like an Asari matriarch, only male. It was Aria's little junk. After she took me down, she let me live. Kept me around as an advisor and a trophy.
A Krogan as old as you must have some great stories.
I killed a lot of people, lived well, and was beaten by a small Asari who keeps me around as an example. My time is done. Anyone I killed is long forgotten. The stories are Aria's now.
Right, but it was a fascinating talk nonetheless. However, let's get to business.
Some people want you dead. I've been asked to move you to safety.
Well, of course. Aria wouldn't want me hurt. It would make her look bad. But perhaps Aria's reputation is no longer my concern. Perhaps I will stay. See who thinks me important enough to kill.
Well, let's do this differently. Let's try to shake these guys down and want to kill you and send them a message.
Here's an idea. Let me handle the assassins for you.
And so your name grows, while I remain an old man who lets others fight his battle.
No. You remain a powerful warlord with forces at his command. Now it's just Aria's trophy.
Well, you could be my Trent, fighting for my honor. If you would do this for me, I would be grateful. I might even be a Krogan again.
Right, so now we have to find some ducks apparently. I think I'll just head down to the lower exit because Afterlife also has a lower exit that's less open, and if you want to get smuggled in, alright.
Out of our way, human.
You here for Patriarch?
What if we are? You gonna do something about it?
Patriarch sent us. Said to do whatever it takes.
You're Patriarch's Krat. I wasn't aware the old man had one.
You should have done your homework.
Right. Okay, seems like we handled things. Let's bring the news to Patriarch. And then to Aria, apparently.
You killed them all. And everyone knows that the Patriarch is not to be crossed. Thanks to you, Aria may think of me as more than a trophy. A real advisor, maybe. Or even a threat.
Yeah, was my pleasure.
Take care, Patriarch.
For the first time, I like that name. By the way, be careful with Aria. She will approve of what you've done, I think. But not of you altering the balance of Omega. I think it reminds her too much of herself.
Nah, I think we'll be fine. At least I'm not trying to fuck Aria, right? So I'm just giving her a tight nudge that while things may not go always as she envisions it, things will always go well when she gives some assignment to me. So let's go and say hi again.
Word has it that Patriarch's Krant took out the men sent here to kill him. Funny, I didn't know he had a Krant.
Patriarch has more influence than you thought.
I see. Well, maybe I should watch my back then.
No.
It's not what I asked, but you got the job done. You've done a lot for me, Shepard. Let me return the favor. We're sending your coordinates to a cache on an uncharted world. You want it? It's yours.
Alright.
Can use any help we can get.
Whatever you find is yours to deal with.
Alright. I could ask her about the Patriarch.
Sounds like you and Patriarch have a history.
Our history is Omega's history. Long, bloody, and always ending in my favor. The details are complicated. When I arrived, Omega was lawless, a land of opportunity. I built alliances and destroyed the fools who wouldn't get in line, which was most of them. But Patriarch, it was something different. A powerful friend.
I'm surprised you were ever anything but rivals.
We were allies for 100 years. I suppose he decided that was long enough. Wasn't a surprise when he turned. He controlled the muscle, my people contributed more subtle action. Espionage, politics, assassination. Fortunately for me, his men had become accustomed to certain benefits of working with Asari.
I see.
Superior intel? Assassination?
That's cute. No, I took advantage of certain skills my people try to downplay. Patriarch's men abandoned him in droves. In the end, we fought face to face on this very spot. The toughest fight of my life. But of course I won.
Patriarch doesn't sound like something an Asari would come up with.
I found it humorous. He wanted power, and we pretended he had it with a word that doesn't exist for my people. I eventually found a certain respect for the title and the man.
So you kept him around as a trophy?
I did. A trophy and an example. Whenever someone thought about taking me on, I pointed them to Patriarch. Dignity is one of the few commodities not available on Omega.
Alright.
Interesting. Let's move on.
Do you need something else?
No, thanks.
Thanks. Maybe I'll come back later.
You should find a nice young man to keep you warm in the meantime. You look like you need to loosen up a little.
Oh, I'm fine, thanks. So, since my last episode was a lot longer than I planned to, because we're sort of doing stuff on a similar time schedule, at least we try to, I think I'll wrap up this episode right here. We just did some minor stuff for Aria, but I think the discussions about where Aria is coming from and what happened here is interesting nonetheless. So yeah, but in the next episode we'll continue to go through Omega and maybe try to find the professor. So I'll see you guys at the next episode. Bye bye!